All right, so Hellhounds is a 2013 film that was directed by Eric Whiting, who also directed Primordial and Ragmork, which I have reviews for both on this channel already. This was his first film, and this is my first time viewing. It was re-released with some new special features on it, which I haven't checked out yet, but definitely will be. And I am here to talk a little bit about it. So here we go. First of all, I love the opening. It has a stop motion feature, I should say, and I thought it was like a really nice aesthetic to the film. There's a lot of black metal and death metal used. Now, as I mentioned in previous reviews, I don't always like I love black metal and death metal. I'm more of a death metal fan. I'm not too familiar with black metal, but I love black metal as well. When it's mixed with film or when it's put in film, I don't always resonate with it, kind of thing. I don't always see it kind of a fit. It really has to depend on the subject matter. And with the subject matter that this film is going for, I think this one fits it the most. If I'm comparing it to Primordial or Ragmork that does the same thing, I think this film kind of blends it in with the themes of the film a lot better. This film is very POV point of view from what the character is seeing. But what I love about this film too, that goes one step beyond point of view from the character. It's kind of point of mind. Um, it feels like a dream sequence, and you never really know if the character's in a dream or if he's actually awake in real life because there's so much blending of what he's doing. His name is Ross, by the way. The main character's name is Ross, and he's the way he goes about is all over the place. And then there's visions, like this kind of stuff. A lot of visions with like black backgrounds. You get a lot of scenes too where the color contrast changes a lot to like ambassador color edged kind of things. At least that's the what it's called in the editing program that I use. But the color contrasts are drastically changing, and that really like adds to the dream sequences kind of thing. But this guy, he's walking through a forest. There's a lot of cinematography too in this film of just nature and like forests and trees and stuff like that, constantly going throughout the story along with like the darkness of it too. A lot of things, shit. Sorry, the TV cut off on me. A lot of scenes will go from like very peaceful to like very dark and like heavy all of a sudden with like the metal background music and stuff. There's a little bit of a cool blend too with a lot of death metal and heavy and death metal and black metal, and then like a country kind of tone to it as well, like a southern musical kind of blend with it, which I like that aspect as well. At the beginning of the film, there's a bar scene, and this is funny because there's no subtitles in this film, and I really have a hard time understanding what the guy is saying when he's ordering a drink. He says he orders a drink, something along the lines of Sir Hinsman or Say Hinsman, and the bartender starts to pour him like just basically a mix of everything. She's going with Jack Daniels, she's going with tequila, she's going with whiskey, she's just pouring him a bunch of shit. But I couldn't understand what he was saying. And then there's another scene later on in the film where he does the same thing when he breaks into this guy's house or whatever, and he asks for something along the lines of A4. He just the guy's pouring. He's like, just give me a bourbon or just give me a scotch or something like that. And he's like, you might as well just make it an A4SB. Or at least that's what I heard. And I just found it funny because there's sometimes different terms. There's this one time when I was in Las Vegas, when I was visiting Vegas. I went to the bar, and I asked the bartender, "Just give me anything in your bar rail," and she had no idea what I was talking about. Bar Rail is basically the cheapest for 80 proof liquors that they have, like vodka, gin, whiskey, tequila. Basically, you would use it to mix drinks. So if you're making like a vodka and orange juice, you would use the cheapest vodka. Bar Rail is like, I guess it's a Canadian term. I don't know. But basically, this is Bar Rail. But I found that funny because, first of all, I was trying to put on the subtitles, and I couldn't understand like the terms that this guy was using for drinks. So that's just a little little side story. But getting back to the film, at this bar, he commits a murder because he gets into a fight with this girl played by Erin R. Ryan, who is in all of Eric Whiting's films and is gorgeous, first of all, and really good at what she does. She's very comfortable on screen, and she knows what she's doing, and you can tell she's kind of a person with a passion for the industry and for acting and all that. And again, she's gorgeous. So if she's watching, you have my compliments. And then he commits this horrific murder with this guy in this random bar fight and her. And then he's having visions of this woman played by Erin R. Ryan, and I didn't know that they were demons. There's two. She plays like demon number one, and the bartender is like demon number two. And again, this goes back with the whole psychology of Ross. It's like, is he dreaming all this? Like by the end of the film, I was wondering if like is he in an asylum or something like that? Is this all psychosis? He drives off after the bar scene into this like backroads kind of boonies area, and there's a point where people are starting to shoot at him and coming after him. You are introduced to these people named Hellhounds, and they come across as like really big Satanists, cultish, very much so. So I'm wondering maybe if he was involved with some really heavy ass cult, and then just blew into paranoia kind of thing. It's really interesting. It's an interesting character study with his character, and I like that. I thought it was awesome, especially with the aesthetic of the film too. The way it's played out with like scenes like that, with the color corrections going on, and it's dark. There's some gruesome ass scenes. There's some amazing headshots when it comes to like shotguns blowing people's heads off. Really, really like that. There's a stop motion doll scene where she has like a screw through her head kind of thing, which add to like the creepiness factor of it. And there's really good uses of sirens and alarms. I really like that in the third act. The third act was like packed heavy with a lot of horns, a lot of sirens, very Silent Hill style. I believe I mentioned that. No, I didn't. This film also, in certain parts of it, gave me a lot of vibes of VFW directed by Joe Begos. In the graininess, kind of. It was here and there. It was kind of sprinkled throughout, but I definitely got a lot of vibes of that film too. Hellhounds definitely. It seems to be definitely an inspiration towards Ragmark. If you've seen Ragmark, if you've seen Primordial, this one is a lot more in comparison, in my opinion, to Ragmark. You can tell that this was like the precursor to that. And I really enjoyed the film for what it was. It's a good, with its budget and everything. There's not, I only, on this channel I only talk about positives anyway. I really don't like to put down films. I'd say like, if I'm gonna, give a nitpick on it, I would say, probably the acting was better in Primordial and Ragmark compared to this one, but that would be a nitpick. I'm not on YouTube to criticize films because I'm here for the love of film and the love of cinema. If I don't like a film, I'm not going to review the film, basically. So of course there's things to critique in every film, but I don't even call myself a film critic. I'm a film reviewer. So I'm here. I only talk about the positives in film, basically. So yeah, it's a cool character study. You always wonder if everything going on in the film is in his head, and like every when I say POV too, like point of view, I mean like very much close ups on everything. Like you see like exactly what's going on in his eyes, and it's like when they go like close up on something, it's like this, and like exactly what he's looking at, and and what he's thinking is it's not just what he's seeing. It's you could like the film is played out as in what's in his head. That's why I'm wondering if this is like actually the whole film is in his head. There's a scene in the end where he's being chased down by this older gentleman who shows up in the flashbacks just like this, and I guess is part of the Hellhounds, this satanic cult. But this mature-looking gentleman is on screen, and he's making these crazy, creepy monologues, which was really really cool. I think that's all I got on Hellhounds. I don't really want to spoil it too much, even though I probably did already. I'm gonna put spoiler review on the title or whatever, but it's cool. So Eric Whiting is an interesting director. I enjoy his stuff. He's definitely passionate for making films, so I appreciate that tenfold. So, um, but yeah, the mixed drink thing. I didn't understand what he was asking for. Oh, by the way, when he breaks into that guy's house, actually, that's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say. But he does break into this guy's house, and that's a really intense scene. And he's basically he just admits to being a drifter. And you don't know if he's gonna kill the guy or not. It's pretty intense, but I'll just leave it at that. So that's what I got on Hellhound. So go check it out and go support Eric Whiting. Subscribe to Morgan Phone Fan if you like to listen to my reviews or if you like to listen to my voice. There's lots on the channel, so keep checking it out, keep supporting, and until next review, take care and cheers.